Alright guys, so my friend Johnny dropped off his Avalon 2004 X, oh it's an XLS? Yeah, XLS with 200,000 miles. So what's wrong with this thing? The owner, which is my friend Johnny, is saying that it's idling. So I turn on the key, and it's idling just below 2K, and then it drops right back down after a second, back to 1K. So what's that mean? So, we'll go with what his uncle's saying. So he went to his uncle first, he's like, okay, so the uncle's like, okay, well, it's your AC. I'm like, what, your AC? So I told him to ask him again. He's like, oh, it's just your timing's off. Because, he didn't fix the timing or whatever, right? Which a professional mechanic would have done that. It's that easy of a job, you should have done it when it was out, okay? So he came to me, he's like, yeah, my uncle apparently doesn't know what he's talking about, or whatever. He didn't say that, but that's what I was saying. So basically, I took a look at this. The belt's good. The timing's good. Everything's good. It's a little bit off, but not enough to cause any troubles with the vehicle. So, as y'all know, my dad, he's been a mechanic for about, I think, 35 years. He's now 61 years old. And yeah, for 31 or 36 years, I believe, he's worked on airplane motors, he's worked on diesels, he's worked on those big semi-engines, he's worked on little car engines. To him, this is like a piece of cake. Pretty easy compared to those airplane motors and diesels, even though they're kind of the same setup. So, as you can see, there's a sensor. We'll get into that. So, this is your air box, okay? He was saying the air box and everything, the AC, the timing, none of those three were even right. So I checked it. I checked everything. I unplugged this. It wasn't that. It wasn't the airflow sensor, okay? Then I went over here. I'm like, okay, well, this is the throttle. So I went to check when it does that idling thing. Does this move? So no, it's not your throttle, the sensor on the throttle down there, okay? So my next conclusion is unplug the sensor to your throttle, which controls your RPMs. So I did that. Went in. It didn't idle at all. So basically, I went and drove it with this off. And of course, it's not sensing your RPM, so it's going to be slow and it's going to bog down a little bit. So I plugged it back in while I was running, and it became normal. Okay, cool. So what's the big deal? So there's a sensor right here. I don't know if you can see. We have all these rubber things. This is your sensor. That sensor is what controls your RPMs. So the uncle was probably going to trick him into about $3,000 because he wants money. Of course, every mechanic is like that. They want money. They want control. They think they have control over everything. They think they know what they're talking about, of course. I've been there and done that with multiple people, and I've learned from it, and you'll get pretty messed up if you mess with the wrong person. So anyways, it's a sensor, literally $100 sensor. You can get it for about $50. So, yeah, instead of paying $3,000, getting ripped off, and trying to steal my best friend's money, you could have just let him pay $50 to $100 for a sensor. What a fucking joke. Dumbass mechanic I tell you guys, he's a whack job. He don't know what he's talking about. Stupid mechanic, dude.